Welcome back to the garage. This is the next project, and this is from a KX250F, I think, and it is the lower end, and this is for a customer. I do not have the bike. All he brought me was the lower end and all the parts needed to rebuild it. It's not seized or anything. Everything flows freely. He went to a cycle shop and they told him he needed a new lower end, and I don't know. So I'm going to do the lower end and he's going to do the top end. But anyway, the parts that we have is we have a gasket kit, a seal kit. This is one of the main bearing seals. I got the main bearings in the freezer. There's a new oil filter. We have a new timing chain. And we have the complete engine gasket kit here. And in here we have the hot rods crank. We have a brand new hot rods crank. So we got everything we need to rebuild this. So what I'm going to do is, I think first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of the accessories here. I'm going to take the foot shifter lever off. I'm going to take the sprocket off. I'm going to take the case saver off. I'm going to take the Kickstarter off. And then I'll set you up at a stand and we'll start dismantling. This is all simple stuff. Everybody knows how to take these things off. It's just one bolt, take it off, same thing here. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then when I come back, we'll start dismantling. Let's take a look at this oil spring. And there's a little bit of stuff in there. I don't know what that is. Looks like gasket material. Who knows what else? Basically gasket material. We'll clean that all out, throw it back in. The engine does have a bit of a gasoline smell to it. And we can see, I don't think this engine's ever been apart. I mean, still has the factory Loctite on stuff. There we go. Let's grab the impellers out of here. Magnet. Alright, I think we're ready to split the cases. Let me get set up for it. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up. We got a lot of oil all over the place here. I need to get a couple wooden blocks. We'll come back. Alright, we got it pretty stripped down now. I have my wooden dowel in here, just in case the crank decides it wants to spin while I start torquing. I set my torque wrench, just so you guys know, on 1. So it's just bang, 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 so it's not going crazy, so I don't break nothing. That's just the way I like to do it. These are all the parts that I have so far. I got them all separated. They're in a box. Everything's in good shape. All right. Let's see if this case comes apart and behaves. She's splitting. So much over here though. Back it off a little bit. section on it. You can see here that we got something coming out of here, so it did split a little bit. It's coming up on this end, but it's not doing much on this end. So we'll give it a few taps. Yep, it's loose. There we go. She's coming now. They're out. we got some gasket material in here. It looks like Yama Bond or something of that nature. Let's take a look. I don't think these cases have ever been apart, honestly. They look pretty good. We got a lot of crud on this filter right here. Let's pull that off of there. Yeah, there's some metal debris in there. At one point this thing must have had a piston. Must have got a piston done in it or something. That's a lot of metal chunk. That sure is a lot of metal. Alright, let me set that aside. We'll have to clean that up. Pull the tranny pins out. They look pretty good. No issues with those. Pull the rest of the trans out. Fingers out. Shift drum looks good. All the shift forks look good. The set of gears looks pretty good. Let's take a look at these gears. See if there's anything on these we need to see. Nope. Alright, let's see if we can't pop the crank out of here without having to set the splitter up. But I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Let's see if I can give it a couple of whacks with the mallet and see if it'll come out. Oh yeah, she's coming. Some of the grease off my hand so I don't throw the hammer through the wall. Oh. There we go. There's the crank. Doesn't look like the crank is bad, but feels pretty good to me. Feels pretty good to me. Alright, so it looks like at this point here we're in prep mode. We're going to prep the cases, clean them all up, get them ready for installation with the new crank and all the other stuff. And I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, let's get this first main crank bearing out. That bearing was in there pretty good. She's out now. Oof. And I bet she's warm. Alright, one down, one to go. Okay, this side doesn't have a seal in it, so we should be okay. Good to go. We should be able to pound that right out. Heat it up. This I probably put heat to this for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Grab a bigger socket. That's it. While we have this over here, let's pull these seals out because we're going to replace them. And it's a pretty easy process. Just grab it without scoring in the surface if you can. I know they do sell a special tool for that, which I don't have. This bearing looks like it might have a little bit of rust on it. We'll clean it out. Grab this one now, the smaller one. try the big screwdriver, see if that's easier. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a bite. Alright, that one's out. See any more seals on this, do we? Get that up seal right there. Let's grab that one. We'll replace that. I think that's pretty much it. This thing's a little too hot to handle right now. So I'm just going to set this aside. Now let's pop one of them Barons in. Damn it. That was gonna fall straight in, but I didn't get it in there straight. So it didn't fall straight in. But it looks like I got it pretty flat. That's good. There we go. Good. All right, let's do the other one. In. All right, the bearings are inside the cases. The cases are all cleaned up. Let's put the crank in this side. Move this away. See, while this is still hot, the crank should slide right in. So let's get a couple of blocks here. Because she is really warm right now. And we should be able to get the crank to slide right in there while that's still nice and hot. There it is. She's in. All right, now what we got to do is we got to install the transmission, but first I want to clean everything up. So let me do that. Now that it's cooled off, we're going to put the seal in, and it's still pretty easy to put the seal in because it doesn't touch the crank. There's actually a gear that goes down inside there. So whether the crank is in or not, it doesn't affect the seal. Looks good to me. All right, let's flip it back over. we can start assembling the transmission now. Here's our transmission. It's got to go in one piece. We don't want any of this to fall apart. So the clutch drive shaft goes in first. Try to do this without squashing your fingers. And then this has to go into place. There we go, they're both in. Everything in this engine is really good shape. This engine, I don't think has a lot of hours on it. Alright, so the small one's got to go in here for sure. There's that one. Both these forks have the same number on them. They're exactly the same. Can't put them in wrong. So you got your first fork goes in the bottom. And your second fork goes at the top. Right there. Pin goes in. But before we do that, what you want to do is you want to have them in and push them. Let me move forward a little bit here. And then push them off to the side. Gives you room to put your drum in. This is your paw lock right there. So this goes down first. And into that bearing. And then you pull your forks over, lock them in. Oh, that side's in. Alright, that side's in. That's neutral. That's first. I think we're in good shape. Alright, now we can put the halves together. But first we have to clean everything up. We got to clean the screens that go. I have to clean that screen that goes in there. We got a little bit more cleaning to do before we can put these halves together. So let me go clean all that stuff up and I'll come back. All right, we're ready to put the cases back together. All right, we're gonna just do this, pat it all around here. We're gonna put the pins in, and then we're gonna just slide the cases together. I think I am going to put a little bit of heat on this bearing over here to get it to go over this a little smoother. But let's start with the cases anyway. Alright, that should do it. Just want to get a little Q-tip in here, and I want to try to clean out the screw holes if I can. Definitely want to try to clean out the pinholes, the alignment pins, that is. I don't see a lot of access coming inside. All right, I think we're ready. I just want to put a little bit of heat on this. Just want to put a little bit of oil on some stuff here before we get too carried away. That should do it. A little bit on this. All right, a little bit more heat. Heating it up, so I can see it. Let's put the alignment pins in. One goes here. The other one goes here. All right. Should do it. Here we go. Slid right in. Now I am just going to put the screws in kind of loose right now. I want to give this a second to set up before we start torquing it. Really don't know where this one goes. I'm just going to snug them up. All right, let's put the put the timing chain in. Guide back in. This is getting Loctite. Definitely don't want that coming out. And we'll put a little bit on that too, just to be safe. Not that I think it'll come out, but you never know. Cleaning everything up takes most of the time, honestly. I'll torque all this stuff up in a second. Let's put the screen back in there. Screen's all clean. Screen goes in here, like so. What else we got? We could put the counter shaft sleeve in, and then there's O-rings as well. And the O-rings go on here. There's two of them. Should be able to slide that right down. Get it past the seal. We may have to tap it a tad. Alright, that looks like it's all the way in. Let's make sure the seal is in there, right? Sometimes you got to pull the seal up a little bit. Let's just check it all the way around, make sure it looks good. I think that looks good. I think we're good. Transmission turns nice. Alright. Let's flip it up and put a little oomph on that thing. Let's give it a couple of torques. That should do it. Let's put the alignment pins in to the side cover and grab the gasket. All right, with the side cover on, I always put a little bit of RTV around that because sometimes they leak. And interesting enough, look what I just found. That is an oil ring. So this thing did blow a piston up at one point. Not interesting. My assumption was correct. All right, let's pop this guy on. All right, she's on. Let's get the nuts and bolts for it. All right, I'm going to run these in, tighten them up, come back when I'm done. All right, everything is tight. Looks good. Let's do the neutral switch now. All right, that looks good. All right, now we gotta just tuck this down inside of there. Now let's put this back on. This side's done. Let's flip it over and do the other side. All right, we're gonna put the clutch cable lever in. Again, it's very important that this key right here goes onto that dowel. And I am going to oil it up because there is a bearing in there. This gets Loctite as well. Next is the shift detent. Spring-loaded pot. These are usually, working with these things are usually the biggest pain. They never seem to go back in. Well, that wasn't easy. Now I think I want to tighten that down before we get too carried away. Let's put some torque on that. And that is left-handed. So what we're going to do is same deal. We'll put the wooden dowel in here. All right. These get Loctite. Shift shaft goes in now. All right, that's in. Let's do the oil pump. Oil this up real nice. We don't want that running without anything in it. Then the pin. All right, clutch time. Pour some stuff down in there. This one goes on here. Right off camera, I replaced the last two seals. I replaced this seal here. You got to take the snap ring out to get that seal out. I replaced that. And then I replaced the Kickstarter seal. That's brand new as well. I took the old oil filter out. I'm going to put the new oil filter in and replace the O-ring around the cover. Alright, side cover's on. I guess the last thing to do now would be to put the oil filter in, and that's it. Gasket set comes with a new one, so we're going to use it. There it is. Easy peasy. I think this goes on one way. Yep. That's it. She's on. Alright, it's all assembled. There it is. One thing I did notice is the timing chain came off the gear down the bottom. So I got a big twist tie on here. I'm sorry, a zip tie holding it to the bolt there. So it keeps tension on it, because I mean there is a keep on the bottom, but for some reason it fell off. I've never seen anything like that before, but I had to take the whole side cover off, take the flywheel off, put it back on, put the keep back on, reassemble it. So I got it being held really tight against the gear right now. I'll have to tell the owner of the engine to be careful when he's assembling, so he doesn't take that off, so that doesn't fall off. The foot shifter and the Kickstarter and the radiator hose are in here. I didn't put them back on because obviously the Kickstarter you want to put in relationship to the foot peg, which is easy to do when it's on the frame, and the Kickstarter will probably just get in the way while you're putting it back in the frame. So again, that has to be clocked for the way it sits in the frame also. These are the extra the water pump. Those are water pump seals, and there's an extra crank seal. The Barons came with a crank seal, and the full body seal kit, the full seal kit for the bike came with a crank seal as well. So there's an extra crank seal there, and the other seals are for the water pump, which I didn't do. Here's the top end gasket kit, the old chain, and the old piston. And in here we have the old crank and the old crank Barons. So all this stuff here, I'll get back to the owner of the engine. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It's kind of a different one for me. It's the first time I've just done an engine for somebody, or I should say the lower end. I wasn't going to record it, but I haven't had any KX 4-strokes yet on the channel, and maybe this lower end will help some people out, you know, seeing me rebuild the lower end on this. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I got some more projects coming, and there's always something going on in the garage. So like I said, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.